Welcome to a brand new episode of the Fitish podcast. We're back on video. How do I look?
You look amazing, babe.
And those of you that are still listening in the car, that's fine because that's probably how I'd listen too. But there's a lot of people going, when are you going to post another podcast? And I'm like, we do every week. We work hard for you every week. We post every week.
But
and
I'm
like,
so happy.
I only watch on YouTube.
That,
I'm like,
that people watch it on YouTube because I think I thought we didn't have anybody watching it on YouTube, which I was very happy because
there might only be like 5.
Not like Jenna, like I haven't lost my baby weight, so.
Yeah, I'm there. I kind of have. I mean, I have more to go because I packed on the pounds before I got pregnant, trying to get pregnant.
Well, I packed on the pounds and then packed a little more.
How's your fasting been going?
It's going great, you know?
You're doing the girl version of fasting, though.
What do you mean?
That you eat from 12 to 8.
No, I have an app. They're not sponsors. I'm not going to say the name. And it tells you, like, it changes from day to day. Like, there's days that I start eating at, like yesterday, I started eating at 9:30 a.m. Today, I started eating at 1:30 p.m. And yesterday, I stopped eating at 8.
So he's going to be a little grouchy.
And so it changes.
He was shoving his mouth with some Papa John's last night. I don't know why I ordered Papa John's. Like, that's so random of me. Like, I mean, I like it. Okay. They're not a sponsor. That's why I can kind of just like be honest. But unlike you, I actually like talk about things and give brand recognition even when it's not due. But you kind of got me like into it again, except I don't like the cheese stuffed crust. But I worked my ass off yesterday at a workout. I have no idea why. I think because I was alone with Remy and you were at a work dinner thing that I'm like, I need a glass of wine. And I could like smell the pizza outside. I don't know if new parents, y'all get this. And like our producer will soon. But like something that there's so many things that you don't realize you're going to miss. And I think there's that level of like independence. Like it's not just, I saw a joke the other day that was like, you never realize how much you like sitting down and not having to get up until you have kids because like you're always getting up to do something. And like that pizza came and I got the notification. I'm like, go to sleep. I'm like, go to sleep, Remy. Like I was going to put him in like a hold because like I could smell the pizza. Like it's outside his nursery door and I'm like, it's going to get cold. I
can see you like holding a piece of pizza and rocking.
No, because I didn't want him to wake up because now he's really interested.
While holding a glass of wine.
Well, yeah, no, he's so interested in food now and grabbing. He's getting to be so much fun, but he's also like ripping out my earrings and trying to grab anything that I'm eating. And he doesn't want his bottle because he wants like real human food. And anyway, so I know I'm like, that pizza is going to get so fucking cold. And if you know me, I'm obsessed with hot food. I mean, I like food so hot that it burns my mouth when I eat it. Fran thinks I'm crazy because I'll finish a pizza before he's
not only
started.
Because of that.
What?
Never mind.
I don't get the joke.
As you said, Fran thinks I'm crazy. Like I said.
Oh, yeah. Oh, whatever. I'm like reasonably crazy. Anyway, so of course, by the time I got that rat to sleep, my food was cold. And cold Papa John's sucks. Like hot pizza.
We have a comal too.
I know. I was too lazy. I hate taking the time. That's why it's fast food. I wanted to just eat it. So that's what I did, and I didn't even enjoy it. Like I don't even enjoy eating anymore because I never get to eat when I want to eat.
Half of pizza was missing.
I didn't. Just because I ate half of it doesn't mean I enjoyed it.
Okay. Well, fair point.
I had 2 pieces. And I ordered some weird buffalo chicken sandwich thing.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't very good either.
No, you lost me at Buffalo there.
What a weirdo. He doesn't like. We're going to do actually something different today because I know lately it's been a lot of like bitching about each other. But today we're going to do a newlywed game, even though we're not married. And, but we should know each other well enough now. So we have some really fun, like newlywed questions. But this is what's so funny to me about Fran. Like I'm still, when you have a baby with someone after only a couple of years of dating, you learn a lot. You continue to learn a lot about the person. And you're such a weirdo that like he hates buffalo. He's a snob. He doesn't like the sauce. He also does not like buffalo wings. And I love buffalo wings. Like who doesn't love some like dirty buffalo wings? He says the meat's disgusting. And I'm like, you literally eat asshole. Like you eat a soup that has asshole and intestines in it.
I love asshole.
I know.
I know many people that does, but we're not going to go there. We're talking about food. And so first, the ROI of a wing doesn't add up. Too much work for very little return. And then if I want to eat vinegar, I'll just eat it out of the bottle. I don't
Vinegar?
like. That's how buffalo sauce tastes like.
What is wrong with your taste buds? You like menudo and you don't like buffalo wings? Buffalo sauce tastes like vinegar to you?
Yes.
That's so strange. And you like vinegar. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I like it in some other things, not my wings that I already don't like.
I don't think buffalo sauce, does it taste like vinegar? I don't think it does. I think it tastes like hot sauce.
I'm pretty sure that 90% of the
Oh, my
ingredient
mouth's
is.
watering just thinking about the wings I never get to eat. I love some wings.
Babe, you order them any day.
I know, but it's like you want to eat, you want to share wings with someone. You want to like get sloppy and
Call
like
your
watch
mom.
football, and you don't even do that with me. Like I want to like watch football and eat wings on
Call your mom.
Sunday. She doesn't like wings either.
Smart woman.
Well, it's hard for her teeth.
Well, you invite whoever you want, baby. I'm gonna put an ad in Craigslist. If you like wings and watch football, hit Jenna up.
It's true. And this newlywed game that we're about to play is going to be fun because you know, you're always a better version of yourself when you first start dating, right? And I like that I don't know everything about you because I think it's still fun to be like, I guess I know some foods that you like and certain things, but I don't know your dreams. I don't know your
My hopes and dreams.
Your hopes and dreams. I'm not sure. You don't communicate them very well, very often. And I want to talk. I've been bugging
Let me
Francisco
tell you.
lately. Like I really want to talk more to him. I want more connection. I want to talk more.
Yeah, she wants to
And
talk
you
more.
want to talk less, and so it drives me crazy.
I just want to talk the norm.
The norm.
Yeah,
No,
what I've been
you wanna
talking.
talk so much less. Like I had to call one of my gay best guy friends the other day.
You do
because
that any day.
I knew he'd talk to me for like
the
an
thing is
hour.
that she tells me that like I'm gonna be upset. Like I had to call someone else to talk. It's like kudos. I'm gonna send a fucking glass of wine to that guy.
But you're my partner. If I need a little more talky, I feel like you should give it to me.
Send me Thomas' address. I'm gonna send him a bottle of wine.
He's the one that sent me Red Hots. He's so sweet.
Yeah. Maybe we should swap homes from time to time.
You'd miss me in that quiet house.
Oh no, for sure.
You'd miss me. And you talk plenty to
100%.
Rimskis.
We talked enough, you know, like we have an interaction.
Fran doesn't want to talk to me, but every 2 seconds I hear, that's how they talk to each other.
And we go like this, and he goes like that.
Fran's nodding his head. For those watching only on video.
Oh, well, don't tell them. So the other guys need to watch the video. I was doing jumping jacks backwards.
Okay, well, we'll talk about the newlywed game in a second because I have a lot of questions for you, and I've glanced at some of these. We're just going to answer them on the fly, but like it made me realize like how well I don't know you, or maybe you feel like you learn more about your partner when you have a baby. Like everyone said this first year of baby is so hard, and everyone says it, so it must be true. Like everyone, and I had to reassure one of our listeners last night who just had a baby. Congratulations, by the way. She's like, oh my God, this is really hard. She's like, I think kind of cracked out. She's been home for like a few days. And I'm like, everyone told me the first 12 weeks is the hardest and it gets better. And it's true. And it's so hard to believe when you're in it, but it's true. I mean, y'all remember when I was doing this podcast, I could like barely function. And now I'm kind of feeling more normal.
And
again,
we had such an amazing experience with your mom, my mom, like.
whatever. I still thought it was really difficult. And they say that the first year, whether you're married, not married, the first year when you have a baby is so trying on a relationship. And I'm a very big proponent of therapy. So now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp, perfect timing. Therapy is critical to maintaining a good relationship with yourself, with a significant other. When you go through a trying time, like we wanted a divorce even though we weren't married, you know?
Yeah.
And luckily, I think what's hard is, I'm just going to be honest, convincing your partner. It's usually the woman that will be like willing to talk and go to therapy. And maybe it's a stereotype, but in general, it's usually there's always one person in the relationship that's like, I don't need therapy. I don't want to go to therapy. And BetterHelp, the thing that I find so amazing about BetterHelp is like you can do it from home without your camera on even, right? Like it's just a phone call.
Like an underwear.
Yeah, you could. You can wear underwear if you want. Hey, you've never been so depressed that you just like don't want to get out of bed, but at least you have a resource. You can schedule an appointment. You can talk to someone. You don't have to get dressed. You know, it's like easier than a Zoom call and really be able to vent without having to get in the car and drive and think about it and then drive home together because we all know how awkward that can be. Yeah. And if you've ever really considered giving therapy a try, we think BetterHelp is just a fabulous option because it's so convenient, accessible, entirely online, and more affordable than the majority of other in-person therapy.
You know, I'm gonna have them give me like little gift cards or the code that we're about to give for my clients. You know, sometimes when you're going through the buying process, it could be
I
hard.
thought the way you were going to go with that was going to be like, I think people might be slightly offended if you hand them a gift card for therapy, but I do think putting it out there and Francisco was referencing trying to buy a home because it can be a very stressful process.
It's one of the biggest purchases you will ever do.
It's a big life change. But if
so-
you've been going through a big life change, having a baby, getting a divorce, I mean, maybe you're just going through a hard time, or you just want to be a better problem solver in general. Therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/Fitish today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/Fitish. It's a great idea. I thought you were going to say I'm going to put little therapy gift cards in baskets, closing baskets for clients. I'm like, no, we need it before
no,
then.
Exactly. That's what I was. Yeah, no, before then.
Fran and I will
don't
fill
care
you
much
in later.
after.
We've still been going through this process of trying to find a home for us, and it's really stressful. And I want to talk again. Another scenario. I want to talk about it because Fran is the expert. And I want to feel like a client sometimes. I want to talk. I want to learn about the home buying experience because you're so educated on it and mortgages. And, I have never bought a home before. So there's so much of that that's foreign to me. And it's so stressful kind of thinking about the down payment and all of these things. And I want to talk. I want to talk about it.
Me as a licensed realtor, sometimes you forget that you do this every day, all day, that you forget to go from the very basics with your clients. And that's something that I never want to lose focus, especially with my closest client that I have sitting next to.
I think that's really hard. I think that's similarly probably why doctors and, lawyers, anyone in that kind of position that you deal with a client in a really stressful period of time of their life, you have to always keep that in mind. Like, this is their first time. I would think working with first-time home buyers, I'd be terrible at your job. I would be absolutely terrible at it. I was telling that to my friend Thomas the other day because he's also in real estate. I'm like, how do you deal with people? And he's like, when I first started, it was so hard, right? I mean, I'm sure because you feel like every home that you're trying to help a client get is yours also. But then you go through the process and you just you're really good with handling your clients, that I've seen. I mean, unless it's me bitching at you, but you're really good with handling your clients because you stay so calm.
Yeah, because I love my job. I love dealing with people and I love people. I love handling them throughout the whole buying process. And I know the emotions are high and sometimes they call and they're freaking out and you have to talk them off the ledge. And sometimes
I would be so bad.
Everything makes sense when they close. When they
I'd be
close,
like, I can't help you there.
Excited and they're so happy and they move their family and stuff. It just absolutely makes that whole process worth it.
Well, that's a very good endorsement for yourself. Check out Fran's new business logo is great, by the way. I love your logo. Our
Go to franciscorizo.com.
Yeah, he has a really cool logo. Logos are everything. Branding's very important. But let's get to what we talked about we're going to do today. Something different, something fun. Hopefully it doesn't end up in a fight, but it might. Like everything we do has the potential these days. Like you being 20 minutes late to recording today. Most likely to be late to a podcast recording.
100%.
No. Forget a birthday or anniversary.
Like who's gonna most likely
Most likely to out of you and I. Yeah, me, y'all. Shit. One day I came home. Fran, this was the end of last year. I was pregnant. Fran had like 100, maybe not have been 100, but
there were 100.
100 roses.
And changed because there were like dozens. So.
And I thought like, wow, that was just like a really nice gesture. He was like, happy anniversary. I'm like, how in the world? Like, I can't believe I was like, pregnancy, I did have the excuse ever since I've been pregnant in mom brain, like, because I used to be better.
What's our anniversary date?
December 8th.
7. All depends where you start counting. But yeah, you're good. You're good. Give you a help us just this time.
I met you. Okay, you're talking about the day we first met?
Yeah.
Is the 7th. Yeah, because our Christmas party was on the 8th and I ran into you again that night. So it's the 7th? Yeah. That's what you focus on? The first day we met is our anniversary?
Well, we can have the first time that we did the Dirty Wiggle. That was...
Why do you call it that? That's so cringy. The dirty wiggle, I hate it. I can't even say that. Why did you call it that? That's awful. See, again, like, ugh, I apologize for him. But again,
It's not a clean wiggle.
I'm the one that...
It's not a clean wiggle that we did.
I can't even continue. I hate that expression so much. I don't know if there's an expression I hate more than
dirty
that.
wiggle. Trending now.
I do not like that expression. I feel like that's like when you have sex for the first time at 14, like you did, which is horrifying. That's what you call it. Not when you're almost 40.
No. When you are 14, you call it the what the fuck wiggle. Like you don't even know the wiggle yet. And then it starts getting dirty.
Okay, I can't. The more we're doing this, I just want to leave. I just want to like not be in this room anymore. I don't like it. Remember the name of the friend you just introduced them to? Who's most likely to remember the name of the friend that you just introduced them to? You.
I think so.
Yeah. You're amazing with facial recognition and remembering people. And I think that's why you're good at sales. We'll be watching a television show. And I mean, 9 times out of 10, you're like, out of nowhere, you're like, I know that person. Oh yeah, they were in that like one episode of Peaky Blinders. I'm like, you're so good with that sort of, those are strangers. Those are actors. You're good with people in person too.
Yeah, I have a lot of like amazing assets that are completely useless.
Most likely to. I don't know if I'm going to get any of these. Oh my gosh. Most likely to wear the same jeans 3 days in a row. All right. That's obviously you.
Also you sometimes. Well, you don't wear anything 3 days in a row. Never mind. Yes, me. 100%.
3 times in a row. Well, now I do because I'm like kind of poor. Force the other to go to the doctor. I try, y'all. I try to get him to go to the doctor and the dentist.
I think that's both of us. We both like have our own battles with that.
Most likely to electrocute themselves? You, for sure.
Most likely. I do crazy shit.
Sleep in and be late for work.
Not me.
Oh, bull.
Not to be late for work, never.
I mean, producer, weigh in here.
But not because I was sleeping.
Be late for work.
Okay.
Most likely to get arrested.
Me.
Yeah.
That's actually like I have paranoia sometimes.
Most likely to tell off a coworker.
The what?
To tell off a coworker.
What's that? How do you what's tell off? Like I don't like it's broken in translation.
To tell off?
Yeah.
To tell someone off? Oh.
Like to fuck off?
No, just to like give them a piece of your mind. Like to yell 100%. At someone. 100%. I don't know. What, you keep it all in?
No.
You don't ever get mad at a coworker?
Of course.
You got in a fight with coworkers before. I don't really have any coworkers. Because for me, it's not really telling off a coworker. I'm the boss. I just tell them I'm not happy with something, and then they just like quietly sob and walk away.
So I don't know. Like the things that I've never had a bad coworker that I like want to tell off. I tell them off after we're not coworkers anymore, maybe.
Come back from the grocery store. Again, this is most likely to. Come back from the grocery store without the items they went to get in the first place.
Me. 100%.
When I tell y'all, I send Fran, I tell him verbally. Then I call him on the phone when he's on the way to the store and tell him. And then he says, send it to me in a text. And then I text him. And it usually has 3 things or less on the list. He comes home and forgets one of the things on the list that's been texted to him.
But I always add something fun to it, you know?
For you, like kale chips or something that I absolutely have no interest in. I'm like, did you get me some sparkling water? No, but I got these nacho flavored kale chips from the bottom of the sea. Like I'm a merman, which they're fucking disgusting. Ugh.
That's seaweed.
Kale, seaweed, all the same. Not interested. Like absolutely ridiculous. Most likely to run out of gas.
You.
It has never happened to me. So how dare you say me? Has it ever happened to you?
Never.
It has never happened to me.
That's amazing.
I dated someone once who ran out of gas 3 times in the period that we dated. What a moron. Like, how as a man do you let that happen? Like, how do you run out of gas? Like, I'm embarrassed for you.
I've been very close.
Yeah, I've been very close. We've all been close. We've all been to like the dotted line. I don't find a gas
station. You know, like it's like that you go there and the car start coughing.
Most likely to do something romantic just because.
Me, obviously.
Whatever. Most likely to pick up the tab after dinner.
Me. Oh, babe, when have I not picked up the tab?
No, that's true. You do. But I'm generous.
You are super generous, babe. That doesn't take away your generosity.
Like if we were out with a group of people.
Yeah.
If we were, yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, you do. No, that's true. Tell a white lie to avoid hurting someone's feelings.
Both.
I don't.
Yeah, maybe you're not. You're like a bull in a china shop when it comes to feelings.
I'm not like Ferdinand.
You're like little Ferdinand all over. I might. Yeah. You know what?
I tend to not tell a white lie. I just don't say anything. I just don't like it. I just like to be honest.
Yeah, I like to be honest, but sometimes it's not my job to fix that thing.
Most likely to forget to flush the toilet. I swear to God, if you keep not flushing the toilet.
Number 1 or 2?
Every day I come home and there's number 2 in the toilet. Is this normal male behavior? Because it's disgusting.
No. The thing is that the button, we have an issue with the button. I already addressed it with our landlord.
That's interesting. We have an issue with the button, yet I've lived there 4.5 years. Never had a problem.
You don't poop.
I do. I'm human. We're past this. I do, but I flush it. And I make sure. I also look to make sure that it flushed.
Oh, I leave it. Like I just push the button, go on my way. That's the short relationship I have with me.
Okay, let's change it up just for a couple minutes before we wrap this up, because there's plenty of fun questions on here, and we were doing most likely to, but this is a little more fun to see actually how well we know each other. Let's just do a couple, and I'm going to put these towards you first. You answer about me, and then I'll answer about you, okay?
Write it in a little board. Next time we should have like little whiteboards.
See, this is great. And if you got here in advance to help prep for the podcast, that's precisely what the plan was. But since you're 15 minutes late, we're just going on the fly. But we're both really honest, so I'm not going to lie to make us look better. So,
sounds good.
Okay. What is your spouse's favorite holiday? Answer about me first.
Halloween.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
now it's Christmas because now you have a baby.
Christmas is like coming in now, but you're right. Halloween's for sure my favorite. I'm really excited. I can't wait to tell y'all what we're doing, but I'm not going to. Full photo shoot with the Remskis though. Your favorite holiday? You see, you Mexicans. Gotta be careful what you say after that. You Mexicans are hard though, because like you don't do Thanksgiving, so that one's out.
Well,
you celebrate your Saint Day, which is fucking weird. Like, I don't even know if that's your favorite holiday. I don't know. You're going to come up with some weird shit that's your favorite holiday. Your favorite holiday, my birthday.
Of course.
Your favorite holiday.
Yeah.
Yours is probably like Valentine's Day or something. No. What is your favorite holiday? I don't know. You don't express enough emotion for me to know.
I hate them all.
Okay, that's what I figured. Like, you've never really expressed that you like anything.
No, I like all of them in particular dosages. I like Halloween. I like Christmas. I like New Year's. I think I like.
I hate New Year's.
I
hate New Year's Eve.
I loved today.
That song's
and
depressing.
Tomorrow.
You always go
today,
out. It's a miserable
time. If I were to be in
time.
Mexico, today and tomorrow will be my favorite holidays. Mexican Independence Day is.
Like, would anyone have guessed that? I think I won that one. I mean, I think I was correct by saying I don't think you like it. Let's move on. What is your spouse's favorite type of cuisine? What's my favorite?
Your favorite type of cuisine is like it changes, but I think you like steak, like you like American food.
He's wrong.
Huh?
You know my favorite type of cuisine. You're crazy.
Sushi?
What? You're joking right now.
Like you like hot dogs and burgers?
Fran, this is sad.
Mexican.
Duh.
You like...
I married. I had a baby with my favorite type of cuisine. There you go.
Yeah. Burrito from that Chuy's place.
Your favorite? I don't know. I'd say some sort of Asian food, which I know is broad, but I would think that you like Asian food the most.
No.
No. Italian?
But it's hard. Like, I love Italian. I think it's a little bit
Mexican?
between Italian and French.
French.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we went to Paris for the baby moon. I forgot because you like French food so much. What is your spouse's favorite color? Man, we don't know each other very well.
Your favorite color?
Uh-huh.
It's going to be between white or black.
Which like aren't technically colors. Yeah, I don't really have a favorite color.
Yeah.
What about you?
What
Your
are
favorite
mine?
color?
I don't have a favorite color.
Yeah. Wow. What's wrong with us?
Yeah, we're just empty inside.
What is your spouse's favorite drink? I'd say yours is tequila of some sort, like a ranch water, and if not, like a Diet Coke.
Yeah, for sure.
What about mine?
Wine.
Yeah, that's right. What does your spouse talk about the most?
Everything and anything.
You talk about Remy, and that's it. I wish you talked more. What adjective would your spouse use to describe themselves? What adjective would I use to describe myself?
Smart.
Really?
Yeah.
Not fun? I'm not fun.
You're fun, but you're asking about the one that you will use to describe yourself.
I don't think that's true. I would, if I had to use an adjective to describe myself, I would say witty.
Okay.
I don't think witty and smart are exactly the same thing.
Wits.
I'm like, okay, smart, but I feel like I'm wittier than I am smart, which can make you sound smarter than you are. But
Oh, amazing.
Huh?
Yeah.
You would say funny. What would you say?
I'll say kind. I don't know.
It's like not even fifth on the list. If your spouse could spend $500 on anything, how would they spend it? We'll wrap this up.
$500.
$500 on anything, how would I spend it?
Spa. Or Target.
Man, Target gets you, doesn't it? I went in the other day, like, I'm not buying anything.
And $500 went away.
Well, not quite, but almost. Yeah. Just disappeared into thin air on this cardigan, actually.
Yeah, nice.
Well, one of many slightly hideous things that I purchased. It's like hideous in a cool way, though.
Yeah, for sure.
You had $500 to spend on something. What would you buy? I think you would buy. I think you would buy some weird fucking gadget that then you like didn't even have any interest in after a while.
That's like every gadget I buy.
Yeah.
Or everything I buy.
Right? If you had $500,
Yeah, maybe.
a gadget
Yeah.
of some sort. All right. If you could pick up and go anywhere in the world right now, where would I go?
To leave?
Sure, we can go with to live.
Spain or Portugal?
I'd say the same for you.
Yeah.
So we're in agreement on that. That's nice.
Amazing.
So how did we do? 50-50?
I think you win.
I don't really think that it was a competition, but that's good to know that's where your head's at. And thank you. Finally, I win something. You'd be so proud of me, though. Because, you know, you've been asking me, like, if I've been good about, a lot of people ask about baby number 2. We're going to get to some questions that I posted on social media earlier this week, or ones that you posed to Fran and I that we didn't get to on last week's show. But Fran was like, have you been taking your birth control every day? I'm like, I'm pretty good about it. I've actually gotten really good about taking stuff, mainly my ritual supplement.
I'm so happy because those symbiotics are amazing for you.
Yeah, Symbiotic Plus is actually a newer product for Ritual, and it contains 2 of the world's most studied strains of, it's like a prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic. Okay, so it's more than just a probiotic. Of course, this is for balanced gut health and your microbiome. And the thing I love, I've always been a big proponent of Ritual since I first started trying them. Long before they were a sponsor of the podcast, I was just taking like a regular multivitamin, and then of course a prenatal. Now I take the postnatal, and Fran and I both take the Symbiotic Plus. They have a great assortment, and something I love about Ritual's offerings or how they taste, because if you've ever tried tried other supplements and vitamins out there. Ugh. I feel like all day you're like burping up fish, or you know what I mean? You just have that bad taste. And Rituals are all coated, so the way they're nested in the capsule, and they have different ones. Like this one in particular, the probiotic, the Symbiotic Plus, actually is minty capsule.
I love that.
Which is a nice taste. And I loved my prenatal that I was on because that one had a lemon taste, and that one's great. And the one I'm on now, my postnatal, is actually minty as well. So it's so easy to pop these. Delayed release. They use wonderful ingredients. Symbiotic Plus and Ritual are here to celebrate, not hide your insides. No more shame in your gut game. It's cute. That's why Ritual is offering our Fitish listeners 10% off during your first 3 months. Really go check it out. Visit ritual.com/Fitish to start Ritual, or add Symbiotic Plus to your Ritual subscription today. And that's exactly what we did. I think I actually have some in the mailbox at home, and now I just need to find my mailbox
And
key.
God knows I've seen your insides, and they're beautiful.
You have seen my insides.
Yeah, I might have pictures of them.
I can't believe you bought a head cam for my delivery and my cesarean, and he didn't get any footage.
So the doctor was very, very worried about it, and he's like, please do not use that. Thing. And I was like, I don't want to make them nervous. I don't want them to fuck up. They still fucked up.
Fran's like, I'm not using it, and has like a red light like between his eyes. Like, it's off. No, he didn't get anything. You didn't get anything. I wanted to see like all the nasty stuff.
Humongous balls. First picture.
I had no idea, actually. That's so amazing. He did. He had huge balls. Fran sent, I don't know if we've talked about this. We're going to get into some of y'all's questions, but Fran sent photos when I'm all drugged on the table to like this group that he put together of some of my girlfriends and family, when I probably would have liked to decide what photos got sent out even to friends and family. And he just sent this he sent every kind of photo imaginable. Remy, I guess your organs swell from all the fluid. So, Remy's face, he has that horrible, ugly baby, out of which I'm sure vaginal babies are even more deformed, but he is sitting on, they put him on the scale. He's covered in blood, and his balls are, when I say they're huge, it's shocking. It's almost like you gasp when you see this photo. We're going to have to show our producer. They're giant. I couldn't even believe it. And they say it's normal because all the fluid, just like how the woman's really swollen, all the fluid goes there. They say little girls are that way too, that they have really puffy little vaginas.
Oh, wow.
But it was weird. Of course, he sends it proud to girlfriends and family. And I'm like, shut up. He's just swollen.
I said the Dallas newspaper didn't pick it up.
They didn't pick it up. Because it's a naked baby. Okay, let's get into some questions. Y'all, I'll address it only because we keep getting this question, what happened to JC? What happened to JC? We just saw the show a little bit ago at the podcast movement, little happy hour that we had. But no, people are like, what happened to JC? I'm like, if y'all listen, we've addressed this. So originally, when it's been a while now, I guess, but we had a period of time where commitment-wise, it was just really hard for us to get on the same schedule, with his schedule with the show and my schedule and being pregnant. So I think we had a lot of shows that Fran was kind of covering for. And then at a certain point, we just decided, from a time perspective, it just didn't make sense. So I'd love to have him back on if he wants. He's on another podcast. He has another one that y'all can listen to, but that's really the gist of that. So if you missed it, there's that answer for y'all again. Nothing more intense than that.
We're all in great terms.
Yep. When is Fitish coming to San Antonio? Yeah, we're planning that trip right now, actually. So I think I said last week to y'all, if you want to let us know in San Antonio where you'd like us to come, pop up. Maybe we just drink and have a happy hour. We definitely want to do this in early November is the time that we're going to do this. So you let me know where you'd like us to come. I think San Antonio is always so nice, and y'all are so nice to us and me. And
coordinate it, because I need to go to San Antonio also.
You do?
Yeah. I need to present one of my projects in Mexico.
How did you know you were ready for a baby? We get a lot of baby questions, so I'm assuming y'all are.
How did we know? We were just watching a show, we saw babies, it's going to be cool.
I don't know. I wish I had a better answer for that. I don't know. We obviously committed to this. We went through IVF. During the pandemic, we started trying, and actually, we started trying. And then we started actually trying where I was like peeing on a stick, like measuring my fertility, or like if I was ovulating, the ovulation sticks. And then after about 6 or 7 months of that, every month being disappointed, I was like, I'm so impatient. I'm like, let's just go to the doctor. And then it became like, I just want to get pregnant.
I think that was what happened.
I don't know. I think you were.
I've been always happy.
Fran started being like, I can't wait to have a baby with you. And I was like, okay. Doesn't that sound romantic? Okay, I guess so. You'd be a good dad.
I don't remember.
No question.
I was ready. I'm not getting any younger. Especially if I'm gonna die when I'm 71.
Would love to hear, speaking of that, in our talk about having multiple kids, someone asked, would love to hear more about your experience as an only child. I think we're one and done. Fran and I talk about that a lot lately, but I always said I wanted to have 2 kids because I grew up an only child. I will say my experience growing up as an only child was amazing. I didn't know anything different. I will say that I used to bug my parents for another child, for a sibling, and they kind of like, I guess, I don't know, ignore me, obviously. And I've talked to my mom a lot about it as I've gotten older. I would say that the reason I don't know any different, but I would have loved a sibling, especially as you get older, because my parents got divorced and it was like a really hard scenario. And there was a period of my time that my mom was really, really struggling, to a level that like I've never really talked about. And it was really hard for me. And I had just started a job on the radio, and like financially, I was in a really tough position to try and help her, and not speaking to my dad, and for a lot of things that happened. And I was just really, it was hard. And I love it. It's easy to say in hindsight, man, if I had another sibling to carry, I hate to say it any other way, but like the burden of that, right? Or like, if I had lost a parent or something had happened, I like to say, but then again, a lot of people that have terrible siblings, you know what I mean? Like my mom has a sibling that's awful and like doesn't even speak to her. So it's not like, they always say you don't get to choose your family, your family is what it is. And we all have a family member that sucks, right? And so in that scenario, I love to say, yes, I wish I had had a sibling. Because to go through a hard time with parents when you're an only child, it can be quite lonely. There was times that when my parents were having a hard time that like I was in high school and like I was alone in my house all the time, and I was very independent. I think in a lot of ways being an only child makes you great in life in a lot of ways as an adult, because you're just kind of a problem solver, and on your own you mature more quickly. You're better around adults because you're around only adults all the time. But it'd be really nice to have a sibling, especially you and I. We're going to be old parents. It'd be nice to give him a sibling.
Yeah, I think, like, I have a brother and a sister, and if I were in a cliff and I had one in one hand and the other one in the other one, and I had to let one go, if you know the family, you know who I let go. But I love my brother and my sister. I think it was a great dynamic. My sister is 11 months older than I was, so she was always my twin. So we fought a lot for sure, but we were always accomplices. Like we were always like, when we were teenagers, we used to like organize ragers in the house. And it was so much fun. And right now we text each other every day or every other day about how things are going and everything.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked being an only child. I think if it doesn't work out for us to have another baby, or I don't want to go through IVF, or we try or we don't try, and I think it's kind of whatever makes sense for your family, it's a lot. It's a big commitment to have another child. There's no way Fran and I mean, we don't even want to do that. Like right now, maybe in a couple years we'll reconsider it, and hopefully I don't accidentally get pregnant.
So I was with a friend yesterday. I had a meeting, and he's like, well, you guys can use a surrogate. I was like, that makes sense for sure.
Why?
Like if we weren't wanting to go through the whole process. He's like,
no, I mean, I think that's wonderful. I don't really, that's not where my head's at though. I think that's wonderful though.
No, it was just funny that people have it like as a resource,
Yeah, I know. It's crazy that you can like have a mule.
Yeah. Like just following you around like that.
Carrying your child. It's very expensive, by the way. Did you know that?
Yeah, like a couple, like 100,000, a couple hundred.
I don't know if it's that much, but because you're still kind of paying for all the medication, the IVF for them to do it, and then the doctor's appointments and all of that. And I don't know if you have to like pay for insurance for that person, but it's amazing when people have no other way to do it and have the money to do that. But I think it's even more expensive than us just doing the IVF ourselves. Okay, what is Fran's favorite Fitish skincare product?
Tone down lotion is my ultimate favorite. Now I have two favorites: the tone down lotion and the body wash.
The body wash is wonderful.
The body wash is amazing. I don't break up anymore anywhere.
You don't break out anywhere?
Break up.
No back knee?
No back acne.
No back knee. Good. Are you finding more balance in your relationship? No. I'm sorry. Did you want to answer?
No. Why would we lie? No.
Why would we lie? No. We're not. And I want to talk to him about it. Like I've been telling y'all, I want to talk about it. I want to talk to him. I want more attention.
Sometimes I think that it's like the ocean, you know? Like, you
How?
let it settle. Like, if you're going through a choppy, the only thing you need to do is let it settle.
What does the ocean do for you on a day-to-day?
Brings my fish.
It does?
Oh, yeah, it's growing it right now. It's growing my meals. Yeah.
So that's what the ocean provides for you on a day-to-day.
Yeah, I wish I could live closer.
It's good to know this is where Fran's head's at about our relationship. Just let it settle. Do you think Fran will let the cutie sleep solo, allowing your son to comfort himself? Absolutely not. We have come to the conclusion that we are going to co-sleep and Remy is a bed
Whoever
baby.
sent that, the things that they have no idea that the baby can comfort himself. I'm the one that needs comfort. It's not about the baby, guys. Like, I need the one, like, I need the
Like, I already have Fran's birthday post ready to go. I have screenshots every single night of him in bed now with Remy. It's like, they're in a relationship and I'm just the third wheel. It's really cute. And a lot of people have been really supportive, by the way. They've sent us some great resources on like co-sleeping, and I realize how many of y'all do it. And if y'all don't do it, you at least haven't been judgmental. But I think the reality is it's kind of one of those things I wish I knew before, or I wish I was more comfortable with, that, you know, the doctors and people tell you don't sleep with your baby and don't do this. And yeah, when they're really little, they feel so fragile and it's so scary, and you're like swaddling them and they hate it and they hate the bath. They hate everything. They're so little and like, it's just so stressful. But when they get a little sturdier, and now, I mean, yeah, he shouldn't be just sleeping in a giant bed with no rails by himself because he's rolling and getting more mobile, but he sleeps. Last night I got him to bed at 7 p.m. on the dot, and Fran came home from a dinner and we watched TV or whatever. I put him in that bed. And then of course, but I'm watching him this whole time. But then Fran gets in bed with him around 10 or whatever. And for the most part, he sleeps so much better, you know, in that bed with you. I look at them, they're like, you know, Remy's like in his arm, or like laying on his chest. They're so cuddled together, or flat on the bed just next to Fran, you know, with no sheets around him. And, like this morning I walked down there, it's like 6:45. I'm like, hey, sleepyheads. Remy's like, I mean, to have a baby sleep like almost 12 straight hours.
And he wakes up in
So
such
happy.
a great mood.
I'm like, all right, whatever. But at this point, I feel like y'all should just move into the bed with me. Like we should just be in the bed together.
Is one of the only babies that I know that they start laughing in their sleep. He's like sleeping.
He giggles in his sleep.
And he starts giggling in his sleep. It's like,
he's really fun lately. We're really enjoying it. Some of these questions, y'all, I don't just like want to talk about.
Oh, you cannot pick and choose.
Well, yeah, but it's just like, you want to talk about the last time you were engaged? Like, not really. I mean, there's not really a story there or anything that I've said, but, you know, I'm like, not really. Are you excited for Halloween?
I'm stoked. Super excited.
Stoked. I was thinking about just doing Remy this year because it's a lot, but.
Yeah. Well, just send the brief to my assistant.
The brief, the costume brief, meaning me. I'm your assistant.
Yeah.
So I get your costume and just put you in it, and you'll deal.
Put Jenna at Fitish.com and do Jenna at Fitish.com.
I finally landed on it, and it requires renting a space somewhere locally to shoot the photo. I'm really excited, though. It's a good one. Not
so
the best
excited.
that I've ever done, I don't think, just because I've had some really good costumes in the past. I think I've kind of peaked, but it's a good one. It's a good one. And I think it's hard. Like, I don't have the effort anymore to like build a set and build a costume and paint. Like, I used to put so much effort into it. And now I'm like, I can't do that shit. But I at least have a cute idea that's not going to make Remy like miserable, you know, because I would never do that to him. You know, I mean, maybe for 30 seconds. But no, he'll be comfortable and fine. So
Yeah.
do we take him trick-or-treating?
No.
Why?
No, wait, we can. But we're going to end up eating all the candy.
If we move and find a house in time, we could have trick-or-treaters?
Yes.
It's like the little things when you have a baby that make you so excited. And that's what's just so freaking cool now, because it's like, I guess you get to re-experience life, because there's this, you know, being almost 40 years old, it's like, I don't want to go to a pumpkin patch really. Like, I don't want to do that. And haunted houses we went to when I was pregnant last year. We went to that one. That was fun. But, you know, Christmas morning, it's kind of simple. I mean, well, granted, I had to go to the hospital this year. I was so sick last year. But you know, holidays are okay in decorating, but now I'm like reinvigorated, you know, because I bet it's so fun to like play that stupid Elf on the Shelf. I mean, I say it's fun and I'm sure it's a beatdown and it's such a stupid game.
It's
but
only
like,
fun.
But I want to do, have you seen Doll in the Hall? It's the Halloween version of Elf on the Shelf, but you do like a creepy murderous doll and you hide it around the house so she changes positions. Doll in the Hall. Elf on the Shelf.
Something tells me that the house we're going to purchase, whenever we purchase it, it's already going to come with that.
What, something haunted?
With like a doll on the fucking wall. Like,
the doll in the hall?
like,
yeah. Oh, you know I'm going to scare Remy all the time. What's like the age? I don't know, age appropriate. Like my parents terrified me. I mean, they would leave Chucky dolls in my closet and turn the light on. So I'd wake up in the middle of the night and see Chucky with like the spotlight. And then I'd run into my parents' room, but my mom said I would love it. I mean, I was crazy as a kid. I was like, scare me, scare me. Like I always wanted them to scare me. You know, I loved it. So I hope Remy's like that and not a puss like you. I say that because you don't like scary movies, but I think you're the type of person that you don't like scary movies because you know the people that are like, I don't like scary movies, they're not scary. And I just don't think that's true when people say that because...
Tell me a scary movie that's scary. That it's not gory. The things that I don't like gory. Like.
Okay, fine, fair. Halloween 2, original When a Stranger Calls, Exorcist. Exorcist?
I love The Exorcist.
You don't think it's scary?
I don't. I think it's okay.
The Shining?
The Shining is good. Like The Shining is a very well-made movie. The Exorcist is a very well-made movie, but it's so hard to find a good scary movie. Like so hard to find like something that actually it's like porno. Like it's like there's no porno that is well-made. It's just porno. Like it's just.
But you still get off to it.
And I don't.
If it's not very good, it's still scary.
But I don't get off out of a scary movie.
That was a nice analogy on my part.
Yeah. I don't. But yeah, like, I get it.
Okay, fine then. Like, you don't think Silence of the Lambs is amazing?
Silence of the Lamb is amazing. That's a thriller.
It says scary moments.
For sure. And yummy moments.
I agree with you.
Like, that guy cooks amazing.
I agree with you about certain movies these days, like the Saws and the Hostels not being super scary because they're so violent, you know, and I agree. But like, have you seen the original When a Stranger Calls?
Yeah.
Liar.
We saw it together.
No, we've never watched it together. That movie rocked my world when I was 13 years old. When I was 3. I watched such scary shit. My mom took me to see Misery in the movie theater and it came out and I was like 11 years old and I was so excited. My mom looked like that terrible parent taking me to see some R-rated movie, and Misery is not, I mean, I guess it's a horror movie. It's really it should be a horror movie, but Kathy Bates and James Caan, have you seen Misery?
No.
It's good. It's scary in a different way. Have you seen Misery? Asking our producer. No, I forget that you're younger too. Damn it. I asked the girls earlier if they've seen Psycho, the Hitchcock movie, and Danny, who works for me, was like, yeah. And then like we're like kind of talking about work stuff, and she goes, I realized, never mind. I was thinking American Psycho, and I'm like, see, like it's the age thing, you know. And American Psycho is amazing too, but different movie, you know. I've seen almost every horror movie ever. You never watched Martyrs with me.
Maybe not.
Martyrs. But again, that's not scary. If y'all haven't seen Martyrs, it's the most disturbing movie I've ever watched.
The things that I don't like we live in a scary world.
It's true.
And when you live in Mexico and you see shit, like it's not like, I don't know.
What have you seen?
Like, I don't know, like people getting their ears chopped off.
You've seen this.
I've seen the ear for sure.
You've seen it happen in person, or you've just seen
no,
like loose ears on the streets?
Yeah, they used to send them.
What do you mean?
Like they used to
your
kidnap
house?
people, and then they cut the ear. There was a very famous kidnapper that used to cut ears and send them to people. So
And it was like in the news,
yeah,
pictures and
yeah,
stuff.
and stuff like that. So it's gory stuff just doesn't do it for me. And I'm not like I don't
None
get
of my
grossed
references
out.
were gory. Okay, Fran and I are going to watch the original When a Stranger Calls this weekend, and we'll report back.
Sounds good.
Maybe it hasn't stood the test of time. And I'm talking about the one from the 70s.
Sounds great.
Yeah. I found it to be very scary because it's the suspense. He's in the house. Okay. You're no fun. He's no fun. You're no fun. Support my scary dreams.
Remy begs to differ.
All right. We're going to watch some scary movies, and we'll have Fran give the verdict next week on the show, and we'll come up with our list of top scary. I always get asked for scary recommendations, but it's all how you set the scene, y'all. A lot of y'all ask me for scary movie recommendations, and I screenshot these lists for you, and then you complain. You're like, that one wasn't scary. Yeah. Did you watch it with a room full of friends, with the lights on, everyone's talking and eating? You have to set the tone for yourself. You have to be alone on a dark night, turn off all the lights, light a candle.
Almost like porn.
Maybe smoke some pot. Yeah. You're going to enjoy the experience more than if it's in a room full of friends. Like, you're not going to masturbate in a room full of your friends.
All depends.
You're going to be alone.
Only depends what type of friends.
I'm just saying you have to set the tone for yourself to make it scary, and then it has a better chance of being scary. It's all like, you got to set the scene for yourself. Okay. So we're going to do that this weekend. Please.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't book us on too many things because we have some homework to do.
Great.
Okay. Then we'll get back to you next week with a strong list. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, this is it?
This is it. Do you want to do more?
Yeah, let's keep going.
No, they don't want to do more. We'll do more next week.
You guys take care. Have a wonderful week.